Namaste students, my name is JVNS Dr. Neeraj Bholia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So today we are going to discuss a practical session, and it is to study the production process of biodiesel, and this belongs to the subject Renewable Energy and Green Technology Lab. So what is the biodiesel? What is the biodiesel production? So basically, this is defined as the process of producing the biodiesel or biofuel through the chemical reactions. And the chemical reactions are the trans-esterification and esterification. So this involves the vegetable and the animal fats and oils being reacted with the short chain alcohols, typically the methanol and ethanol, and then the ethanols used should be of the low molecular weight. So that's why we are using the short chain alcohols, because the short chain having the low molecular weights. As we increase the length of the carbons in the ethanol, the molecular weight will increase, and in the production of the biodiesel, we require the low molecular weight alcohols. That's why the methanol and ethanol are used. So generally the ethanol is used because this is cheaper and we can get it easily. Although the methanol can also be used. So the trans-esterification reactions can be catalyzed either by the acids or by the bases. And among them or between them, the base catalyzed reactions are common. So this has the lower reaction times and catalyze cost than those acid catalysis. So in that we can use the alkalines, and there are various steps for the production of the biofuel. First one is the pre-treatment of the raw material, that is the feedstock, then reactions, and finally the purification of the product. So let's start one by one. So first of all, the pre-treatment of the raw material, that is the feedstock. So most common feedstock is the yellow grease, recycled vegetable oils. We can use the virgin vegetable oils also. But the recycled oil is processed to remove the impurities from the cooking, storage, and handling. So there are many types of the impurities are there. The dirt will be there, the burned waste material will be there, water may present there, and in contrast, the virgin oils, that are the refined oils, and that do not have the impurities, but not to a food grade level. So degumming to remove the phospholipids and other plant matter is common through the refinement process, and the water is to be removed because it presents during the reaction, that is the beta catalyzed transesterification. It results in the saponification. If we do not remove the water, it will produce the soap, because the reaction of the saponification will be there, that is the hydrolysis, and that produces the soap. So we do not want the soap instead of the biodiesel, so that's why the removal of the water is very common. But we remove the water, but the traces may be there, and the soap will be produced, some content, and that will be removed in the purification step. So sample of the clean feedstock is then tested by the titration against the standardized base solution to determine the concentration of the free fatty acids present in the vegetable oil sample. So the acids are then removed or are esterified to produce the biodiesel or the glycerols. So the two reactions are, the one is the beta catalyzed transesterification reaction. It reacts with the lipids with alcohol to produce the biodiesel, and impact impure co-product, the glycerol. Okay, so if the feedstock oil is used or has a high acid content, the acid catalyzed acidification can be used to react the fatty acids with the alcohol to produce the biodiesel. So other methods are also there, such as the fixed bed reactors, supercritical reactors, the ultrasonic reactors, forego decrease the use of the chemical catalyst. In the purification step, because the product of the reaction not only include the biodiesel, but include the byproducts also. And what are the byproducts? Glycerol is there, okay. The soap will be there if water is present. The excess of the alcohol will be there. The trace amount of water may be there. So all these impurities should be removed for the proper quality of the biodiesel. Okay, but the order of removal is process dependent. So how to remove the different impurities? So different processes are there to remove the different types of the impurities. Okay, so the density of glycerol is higher than the biodiesel, and it can be isolated from the supernatant. Okay, so the residual methanol is typically recovered by the distillation and reused. Soaps can be removed by converted into the acids, and residual water is also removed from the fuel. So as we told that there are two types of the reaction. One is the trans-esterification and second is the base catalyzed trans-esterification mechanism. So what are that reactions? So in the trans-esterification reaction, because the animals and plant fats are oil and are composed of the triglycerides, which are the esters formed by the reactions of the three fatty acids and the triacylglycerol. Okay. So in the trans-esterification process, the added alcohol, that is commonly known as the methanol or ethanol, is deprotonated with the base to make it stronger nucleophile. And as can be seen, the reaction has no longer no other inputs than the triglyceride and the alcohol. Under the normal conditions, this reaction will proceed either exceedingly slowly or not at all. So heat as well as the catalyst are used to speed the reaction. Okay, and in the catalyst, the bases are generally used. So it is important to note that the acid or base are not consumed by the trans-esterification reaction because they are catalysts, and the catalysts are only for the speed up of the reaction. They only increase the speed of the reaction, but they do not utilize you in the reaction. Okay, and the common catalysts which are used in the trans-esterification reaction, it may be sodium hydroxide, the potassium hydroxide, and sodium methoxide. So almost all biodiesel is produced from the virgin vegetable oil using the base catalyzed technique, and it is the most economical process for treating the virgin vegetable oils, requiring only low temperatures and pressures and producing over 98% conversion yield. So, however, the biodiesel produced from other sources or by other methods may require the acid catalyst, which is much slower than the base catalyst. So since it is a predominant method for the common commercial scale production, only the base catalyzed trans-esterification process will be considered for most of the production reactions. The second reaction is the base catalyzed trans-esterification mechanism. So the trans-esterification reaction is base catalyzed. Any strong base capable of deprotonating the alcohol will do, but the sodium and potassium hydroxides are often chosen for their cost because they are not expensive. So the presence of water causes the undesirable base hydrolysis, so the reaction must be kept dry. So in the trans-esterification mechanism, the carbonyl carbon of the starting ester undergoes the nucleophilic attack by the incoming alkoxide, and it will give rise to the tetrahedral intermediate that further either reverts to the starting material or proceeds to the trans-esterified product. So the various species exist in the equilibrium, and the product distribution depends on the relative energies and the reactant and the product. So there are various different production methods. Okay, so say for example, the supercritical process is there. Okay, and the other methods are the included is the ultra and higher shear inline and batch reactors. So this is one of the method. Then ultrasonic reactor method is there. Okay. Then lipase catalyzed method is there. The volatile fatty acids from anaerobic digestion or waste streams. So these are the various methods of the production. So in the supercritical process, it is a catalyst-free method for the trans-esterification, uses the supercritical methanol at high temperatures and the pressure in a continuous process. The ultra and high shear inline and batch reactors allow the production of biodiesel continuously, semi-continuously, and in the batch mode. So this drastically reduces the production time and increases the production volume. And in the ultrasonic reactor method, the ultrasonic waves cause the reaction mixture to produce the collapse bubbles continuously, and this cavitation simultaneously provides the mixing and heating required to carry out the trans-esterification process. Likewise, in the lipase catalyzed method, the large amount of research have focused recently on the use of the enzymes as a catalyst for the trans-esterification. So researchers have found that a very good yield could be obtained from the crude and the used oil using the lipase. So this is the new method. So here we use the lipase. It makes the reaction less sensitive to high free fatty acid content, which is a problem with the standard biodiesel processes. And finally, the volatile fatty acid from the anaerobic digestion of waste streams. So lipids have been drawing the consideration attention as a substrate for biodiesel production, owing the its sustainability, non-toxicity, and energy efficient properties. So however, due to the cost reasons, attention must be focused on the non-edible sources of lipids. So in particular, microorganisms, such microbes have the ability to assimilate the carbon sources from the medium and convert the carbon into the lipid storage materials. So the lipid accumulated by these microbes can be trans-esterified to form the biodiesels. So this was all about the biodiesel production. I hope you are satisfied with this tutorial session. If you have any doubt, any query, you can write in the comment box. And this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.